morning. All right, Susan, take it away.
Hey guys. So if you're jumping on here and you're brand new, my name's Susan Wade. I'm your ambassador Diamond. And like she said, I have 4 kids. We live in Florida. It works in 7.5 years. It's completely changed our life. I'm not going to get into like a whole lot of my story, but I think Lauren tonight wanted me to talk about just life in general with this business. I just realized I put like a little bit of eyeshadow on and I forgot to put on mascara. So now I look like I'm kind of dead. Like I need some like color or something. There we go. It like pinked me up.
I think you look gorgeous.
Well, thank you. Kids, I didn't have time to do all the things. And this is like hair that hasn't been washed in 4 days or something. So anyway, I started this 7.5 years ago, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about like real life stuff and be a little like an open book tonight. Because a lot of people, they see me as an ambassador, they see me like working my 2.0 account and they're like, oh my gosh, her life looks perfect. Like she's doing all the things. And y'all, like my life, although we've been very, very blessed by this business, like it has not been like this. Like we have we've gone through some things, and so many of you are going to go through some things in this business. And the takeaway is, before I jump into it, is that here It Works has remained here, and it has remained for my family, and we always come out on top. But many of you are going to hit obstacles, and some people, when you hit these obstacles, you're going to want to quit. You're going to want to bail out and just give it all up. And I'm here to tell you, like, you can't do that. So when I first got started in this business, I went really, really fast. Not like super fast where out of the gate I went diamond, but my 3rd month, I went ruby, but by my 4th month, I went from ruby to double diamond. So things were happening, and I went from like wanting to make $800 a month to opening up a paycheck that I'm not even going to discuss the numbers, but it would blow your mind, as a double diamond. And I remember we were living in this house. It was in a interesting part of town of Nashville. It was one of those homes like I didn't feel very confident to bring people over to, because it just wasn't something to be proud of. It just wasn't. But that's what we could afford at the time. And so I went double diamond, and Michael said, okay, we got to start saving money. Like we cannot just jump right in and buy, our dream home with double diamond income, even though it was great. So we started putting some income aside, and I was obviously trying to go triple diamond. And so you guys know this, if you've been in, what is promotion time? Like right now, like momentum. We're all like, like it's crazy. Like people are signing up, and we're not showering, and it's fun, but it's stressful. And so we ended up getting unexpectedly pregnant. My daughter was 9 months at the time. So like we were we were wanting to have another baby, but we like weren't ready to have another baby. So it was very, very shocking. And we ended up, like I went triple diamond, and then literally found out that we lost the baby, like around 7 or 8 weeks. We had seen the heartbeat, and then like literally the next day I just started bleeding, and it was awful. Like I started questioning, like, oh my gosh, was it the stress of the promotion? Like, was it the greens? Like, I mean, y'all, by the way, it had nothing to do with that. I've taken greens with all of my pregnancies, but I started just blaming so many different things, and I could have crawled in a hole and just not worked anymore. And something told me just like, keep going, keep pushing. I was able to grieve that loss, and we ended up getting pregnant with Whitley, my 2nd baby, 2 months later. It was amazing. It was an amazing blessing. But again, that was something that I remember in that moment going, I should just throw my hands up and stop working. But I didn't. I kept going. Fast forward, let's see, 2000. So I ended up going ambassador 2.5 years into the business. So ambassador, if you're brand new, it's the very top. I was a top earner at this point. Things are going amazing. I was able, like Michael started visiting his dad who lived in Texas. he was home, he came home that year, and we got pregnant with our third baby. And I'm trying to get through this because there's 3 things that have happened that could have completely destroyed me. So I'm going to try to get to them. And we earned the It Works cruise, 2015. It's my first cruise, but I couldn't go on it because, hello, I'm pregnant. So Michael wanted to go in my place. Mark let him go. The day before the cruise was supposed to take off, he was at the mall shopping for gear for like a party or something. And you guys, I mean, I'm sitting there 37 weeks pregnant, and I get the phone call that his dad had killed himself. And it was the worst phone call of my life. And I had to be, as his wife, the one to tell him. And I literally, like, I broke down on the floor, like I couldn't get up. And we did the funeral. We paid for the funeral. Nobody in his family wanted to pay. So thank God for It Works. We paid for the funeral. And I had Emmeline, had postpartum depression, awful, couldn't breastfeed. She wouldn't breastfeed. Out of my other 2 kids were perfect. This one wouldn't. I kind of got through it, and I kept pushing. I could have quit. I kept pushing, and I used the business to kind of work through, like, focusing. And you guys, 5 months after that, my dad calls me and says, hey, I'm going in for like a shortness of breath at the hospital. I drove to Memphis, and he passes away literally 2 days later, like with me by the bedside. So you can imagine that year was like the worst year of my life. And I'm telling you all these things because I want you guys, first of all, not to feel sorry for me. Like, everybody has life happen. Like, I know every single one of you that are on here, you've had life happen. So, like, don't feel sorry for me. And I'm telling you this because in those moments, I was able to see, like, what It Works was able to do for me, instead of going, I don't want It Works right now. Like, I didn't push it to the side because I realized, like, first of all, his dad that passed away, you guys, he and his dad didn't have that close of a relationship until we did It Works, and he started being able to come home and go visit his dad. So because of It Works, he was able to be with his dad before he died. So that's just a blessing. Second of all, my dad, when he was hooked up to the ventilator and they were telling me he may not make it, I didn't have a job I had to go to. I was able to sit by his bedside and hold his hand and tell him all the things that I've ever wanted to tell him because we didn't have a close relationship either. So I'm telling you this to say, there's so many times in this business I could have quit, and I didn't. And there are going to be times in this business, no matter what rank you're at, that life is going to hit you, and you have the choice whether to give it all up or to keep fighting through. And there's other things that have gone on that, again, I could have made that choice. And it is always rewarded, always. Like, It Works is always stable. Mark, Cindy, they've always been there. I had more people at my dad's funeral from It Works than actual, like, childhood friends. So if you're new to this isn't to scare you saying, oh my gosh, like, you mean my life's not going to be perfect when I move up the ranks? Whose life is perfect? Nobody's life is perfect. But you guys, It Works has given us so much. It has blessed us so much. And I still, to this day, now it's 7.5 years, I can make a huge list of all the blessings that It Works has done for me. But I'm not perfect. Like Lauren, she was somebody the other day I was texting, and I had to tell her, my anxiety right now is through the roof, and I can't handle anything right now. And I had to tell her that as her leader, as her ambassador diamond, I'm never going to act like things are perfect. So if you struggle with anxiety like me, it's not going to go away when you go ambassador, when you start making those $30,000 checks. Okay. Does it help? Yes. You know, can you work through some things? Yes. But I'm here to tell you, like, you, as you are right now, can push through the obstacles, and you can go ambassador with whatever life throws at you. You can do it. Okay. You may see all the top earners, you know, on their Facebook reel, making it look like everything's nice and dandy. They go through it too. And nobody on this Zoom is any different. You guys can hit the hard stuff, and you can promote too. And that's what we as a family are here to do for you, is to say, don't give up. We're here. What can we do for you? We had someone on our team, just to wrap it up, we had someone on our team get diagnosed with the coronavirus. And you guys like literally came together. We got some groceries delivered to her. That's what this family is. So again, I'm not telling you these awful things that happened to me to make you feel sorry for me. It's to make me relatable. I want you guys to see me as your leader and go, oh my gosh, if Susan Wade did this and she went through this, this, and this, and I'm going through this, I can do it too. I can fight through it too. So I know that was kind of long-winded, but I just want you guys to always get to know me on these trainings and not see this perfect person. I do work hard, so you do have to work hard to get where I'm at, but no one is perfect.
I love that. Okay, so I just have one question for you before we move on. Can you just tell people, like right now, your crazy life, 4 kids, mom, living in a new state, you don't have
no
help
family
with the kids, no
we
family.
have no nanny.
Okay, so can you tell them, like, with all of this crazy that's normal crazy, not big, huge, dramatic moments, because we all know how you got through that. Prayer and loss of friendship and being able to take the time you needed with this business because of this business. But how do you do it every day? How do you get your tasks done every day when it's crazy and things are insane?
I know every day, like 6 or so things that in order for me to be successful for my month, I have to do them every day. Like they are non-negotiables. It does not mean that I have to be glued to this 24/7. Because honestly, the things to make this work, you just need to do it within probably an hour, maybe a little bit more. Now, us as moms, you may not be able to do it in an hour. You may have to space it out, like a little bit here, a little bit there. But if you write down like follow-ups, every day I'm following up, every day I'm adding new to my network, because I'm never going to get anywhere if I just stick with the same people. I'm talking to people all day long. It doesn't matter how you guys are talking to people. You just got to find a way to get people in your inbox. So I'm always posting a poll. I'm always engaging somehow. I posted like thing about, poor sucker. And I had so many people, oh, what's the link to your Amazon? As soon as I sent them the Amazon link, I was like, can I send you some other products with It Works that would go great with this? So there's always a way to communicate with new people. I'm always communicating with my team. Like those are things every single day that I do. Now, communicating with my spouse, making sure that during promotion period, if there's things that like may be up in the air, like he's got to help me. And it took us a couple years to get that down. Like it's not going to be perfect. You may have to and this is hard for me, you may have to like put laundry aside. Like if you're promoting to Diamond this month, you may have to skip a few days of laundry. You may, not get to make a gourmet meal for your kids every single day. And that's okay, especially during quarantine. Like, we're just surviving right now. And just like when you have these moments of anxiety or you feel like overwhelmed, I was talking to a leader. She's on the Zoom. I'm not going to call her out. And I said, you need to put your phone down for 30 minutes and you need to go pray. You need to put it down and just take a breather. That's what I have to do, you guys. I have to take a breather. And so, like I mentioned, we don't have help. We don't have family. I don't have a mom that I can call and say, hey, can you just watch the kids for like 30 minutes? I do have a husband, and he has been incredible and amazing, and I'm blessed by it. And if your spouse isn't supportive right now, just got to give it a little bit of time, get that paycheck up. They'll start really wanting to help. And you just got to do it. You just got to, right now with quarantine, I will say that we don't have much of a schedule other than homeschooling. And while my kids are homeschooling, that's when I'm getting a lot of the work done. Because like if they're doing a computer program, I'm following up. But then once homeschool's done, there's a lot of running around and a lot of like, I was training a new distributor and I was making popcorn. You're just kind of having to multitask a little bit.
Thank you so much. I love you. I love your face.
I love you.
I'm so glad you hopped on.
I know I went over 10 minutes. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine because I can smush mine into 2 minutes or always push myself back. Okay, so everybody drop hearts and ones if you got anything from that. And if you're about to buckle down and get through the next couple of days and the next month, no matter what happens, you're going to push through and do your task list every day because it's really important. And we're going to go ahead and Ashleigh, you should be able to unmute yourself. She is going to give us some good stuff tonight.
All right, hopefully you can hear me because I'm doing this on my phone and we're going to make it work. All right. So I don't know how to follow up after Susan. That was just, I wrote my little notes. All is good. I almost texted Lauren and said, hey, I'm going to be 5 minutes late. I'm signing a customer. So this worked out nice. So we touched on it a little bit the last time Lauren invited me on here. And really the biggest thing I can tell you is being a product of the product is hands down the easiest way to sign a customer. And like Susan said, my interaction posts, I'm not always posting just a business post, just I'm big on changing them up. Get something funny in there. Post something cute with your dog or your cat, or if you have a turtle or a bird. I don't care what it is. Just post something that's not always business or salesy. And what do you mean, Lauren? Oh.
I just don't know how to type. I just wanted people to know we're going to be talking about how to get customers. I forgot to say that.
No, that's okay.
I just wanted to kind of
No, I thought you were asking. I'm like, oh, I missed. No, but we're good. Okay.
My bad. Sorry.
No, that's okay. So that's just the biggest thing, being able to put out, this is what I'm using and this is what it's working for me. And it doesn't mean you have to be using weight loss products. That doesn't mean, you know what I mean? We have energy products. We have It Works Energy. Take those. How do you feel? Post a picture, take a selfie with them, drink the tea, use any of the skincare. There's so many things that you can be using, that you can be posting about, and people are going to buy you before they buy the product. And like I preach about that all the time. They want to see you using it. See, there we go. My biggest thing lately has been host a post, which we did the big cash drawing in the group, which I found is really helpful, especially now with everyone being in quarantine. People want to make money. So not only am I asking them to host a post, but every time I ask them to put up a host a post, I just happen to mention, I let it go for a day, and then I come back and say, hey, I just wanted to say thank you again for supporting my business. This is what I do every day. By chance, have you ever thought about doing what I do? I'm not going to say, have you ever thought about selling products? I'm not going to say, have you ever thought about, using these? No, I want them to ask me, well, what is it exactly that you do? I want to be able to tell them on my terms what I do every day, because it's more than just selling products. This is changing people's lives, but you need to be able to put it in your own personal terms instead of just saying, well, I sell stuff on Facebook. Like, people are so turned off by someone coming at them and saying, well, did you want to sell stuff? That's not how this goes. And if they say no, maybe the business isn't for them. That's okay. The next thing I'm going to go right into is, okay, no problem. Have you ever thought about trying the products as a customer instead? And by then they're kind of like, well, I don't really know what you have. Okay, girl, let me tell you, I got a lot. And usually by then, even if you're not going to close every sale right then and there, it's not going to happen. I wish it would. Trust me, my countdown would be going a lot faster than it is. But it's exciting. And it's exciting when the ones that come back and say, yeah, let's do that right now. And like, I thought this one tonight was going to do it, and not yet, but it's okay, because it gives you a chance to follow up, which is the next thing that I want to get into, whether it's your host a post or it's someone that you've already been talking to about the products. Follow up a couple hours afterwards. I have a lot of them that say, I kind of want to think about it. No problem. Think about it. I'm going to text you in about 2 hours though. I'm not going to give you long enough to say, I don't think this is for me, or they sign up with somebody else, because I've had that happen too. Keep following up. And you don't have to be pushy about it. You don't have to be rude about it. It's just, hey, did you have any, yes, that too, spend all their money. Did you have any questions I can answer for you? And usually they come back and say, oh, I forgot to message you. And I come back and say, it's no problem. I didn't want you to feel rushed or pressured. I just wanted to make sure you didn't feel like I was leaving you out in the cold and to guess really what you were trying to do. That's what I'm here for. And they want to feel comfortable. And that's what I tell every person that I talk to, because chances are they have a ton of questions. It's okay that I'm here to answer every question that you have. My job is to make sure you feel comfortable in the products that you're choosing and to come through me as your distributor. That's what I'm here for. I'm going to answer your questions from start to finish, every question that you have. And I think what the easiest way to really close a sale, and that's it, there's probably a better term for that, but really at the end of it is they're going to ask, do you use these? Have you used these? Oh, yes, I do. Let me tell you. And then I'm going to go into what I'm using. What do I love? What am I feeling drinking the greens? Am I getting energy? And then I can throw in my before and afters, because I don't post them all the time. In comments and post comments I do, but I don't post them publicly for a reason. I want to be able to put that in a personal conversation with somebody and say, yes, this is mine, and it's a big deal. It was a big deal to me. And a lot of people are going to come to you and say, I'm just not comfortable. I'm not comfortable in my own skin. I just don't feel good. I get it. And the easiest way to relate to them is to say, I've been there, and be honest with them. Be honest. The first time you try to lie about it and say, yeah, I'm drinking this coffee, and they're like, oh, what does it taste like? And you're like, well, I don't know. No, that's not an answer. That's not going to go well. Just be straight up honest about it. If you're brand new, say that. I just started today. I just started this week. I am so excited. My Skinny Brew coffee is buy one, get one free. I'm even going to try it. Like, we have enough testimonies to share with you guys for everyone that is new to help you every step of the way, but just be honest. Really, that's what I had about it. And the biggest thing I can tell you guys is don't stop following up, because the day that you stop following up is the day they sign with somebody else. And it's happened to me where I followed up for months, and then literally a day later, the girl's like, oh, I joined It Works. And she's like, I signed with this person. And guess what? That person wasn't me. And it's like, okay, well, I did the best that I could. There was nothing else I could do. It does suck, and it kind of hurts and it stings a little bit. And it's like, oh, what didn't I do? But if you are being truthful, you're being honest, and you are following up, there's nothing you can do about it. And it's okay. It's okay. It happens to all of us. But the best feeling is when the next person comes in and they're like, okay, cool, I'm ready to purchase that. And you're like, oh, okay, it's a good day. I can do this. And it's just so exciting. And then like today I got my customer just text me. She did text me pictures, which I'm not going to share, but I cried. They were amazing. For 7 days on Skinny Brew and Thermal Fight X, she's down over 12 pounds, and her pictures were freaking amazing. She feels good. I asked, I said, how do you feel? She goes, I feel good. She goes, I freaking love the coffee. She goes, and I feel motivated. Like, you can't ask for anything better than for a customer to come back to you and say, I love it. It's working. No kidding. I know they work. We know they work, but we need them to know they work. And it's stuff like that just changes your whole business. It changes your whole perspective. So even when you're having a tough day, because all of us have them, it comes back and it's like, oh my God, okay, I love what I do. And that's, if you find what you're passionate about, and heck, if you tell me you do a cleanse once a month and that's what you're passionate about, then girl, you're going to sell 50 of them. Just find what you love, and it's going to change your whole business. I definitely went over 10 minutes on that one, but
you're totally fine. Oh my gosh, I love it. And it's like you said, we all have our thing, like, that we're passionate about. And I love that your passion comes from being a product of product, because that means that everyone who joins you and everyone who listens to you knows how authentic and real you are, which makes them know, trust, and like you. And then they want to buy and join and, get to know you. So I love that. Thank you for sharing.
You.
You're amazing.
Thank you so much for having me. Oh.
I'm like, can I be Ashleigh when I grow up and have the fall?
Okay, wait, can I just say something though?
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Okay. I'm going to say this.
Okay.
Because it needs to be said. Every single one of you, like, you never know that the person that you're going to sign, what it's going to lead to, because Lauren Jouett and Ashleigh both came from someone I enrolled. I did not enroll them. They are now on my top line with like, I think Ashleigh especially, she has so many people in between us that quit.
It's me and you.
It's just me and her now.
That's it.
And she's a rock star, and she's now on my top line. And then Lauren, the girl that I enrolled, she was great at the time. She went Ruby, but she's nowhere. And look at these rock stars. So like, I tell you this because you may sign someone and get like a great start, and then they may quit, and you may be like, oh, why did my Ruby quit? My life's over. No, you never know what one of those 3 people that they signed, what they can do. So always dig down into your team and say like, hey, I know like your enroller left, but I'm still your upline. Like, let's run together. Let's do it. I know Kelsey, like you felt the same way too. Like Kelsey's the same way. She reached out to me, and now she's got a connection with me and Megan. Like, it happens. And so, yeah, Christy has had upline leave. And so it doesn't matter like where on your chart, you can have a rock star pop up and completely change your business. So you could sign someone that signs the next Ashleigh Mayfield or the next Jade Hooper or whoever VIP leader that you admire. You may not be the one to sign them, but you could sign someone who signs them. And that is the cool thing about network marketing.
Yeah, that
So does that
residual
mean-
income, you still make money.
So does that mean we all need like 6 more Susan Wades on our team? Like we just
They're
need
out there.
we need to multiply Susan.
And I told my girl 2 days in, how do I quit? I did not want any part of this. And here I am. So,
I mean,
and
I'm
y'all
pretty
think
sure I
I'm like-
didn't do anything
y'all
for a
think
year
I'm
and a
like
half.
all about it works 2 days in. I was like, like, how do I quit? I called customer service because I was overwhelmed and I didn't know what BV meant. And I thought, if I don't know what BV means, I'm quitting. And my enroller said, Susan, like, we'll find out at the meeting. Just chill out. That's from Brooke Tomatich. Just chill out. You're fine.
I love it. Okay, guys, I just want to touch 2 minutes, 3 minutes, maybe 5. Really quick, I have to tell you guys something because it's so important. I don't know if you guys saw the YouTube video that I uploaded. Susan, you shared it for me, right? It was so important that I shared that. But here's the thing, you guys. So if you don't know me personally, I got completely locked out of my, I don't know how to, hold on. Okay. I got completely locked out of my Facebook, lost it, created a new one. Within 2 weeks, they closed it down too. And the second one got closed down because somebody reported it as not me. And the first one wasn't closed down. I just got locked out of it and I wasn't receiving the confirmation number, couldn't figure out how to get back in. I primarily worked Facebook. You guys have probably watched my Host to Post video. I love Host to Post. It promoted me to Diamond. It helped me get my rank back after dropping all the way down to not even a paid distributor. I had a hard month and I was mad and I didn't even want to think about the business. I wasn't even paid. And Host to Post got me back to Emerald volume as a Ruby. Okay. And in a week, like I love Host to Post. And losing the only thing I knew was really hard on me. And you guys, I spent a lot of time crying, a lot of really ugly crying. Christy, poor thing, had to see it all. She'd call me and she'd be like, it's not over. Well, what are we going to do about it? You have to be solution minded. You have 2 options. Are you going to quit or are you going to push through? Are you going to give up all of this freedom? And it's just like Susan was saying, you guys, there's going to be hard times. And maybe it's a life-changing moment like a death. Or maybe it's crazy life as a mom or a student or an employee somewhere. Okay. Or maybe it's just everything you've ever used to build your business got taken away. You have 2 choices. And I promise you, when you choose the harder one, it's going to be the one that's most rewarding. Okay. I never thought I would be writing potentials in my freaking potential notebook. Yeah, I gotta show you this. I never thought even writing potentials in here, okay? Ever. And I sure as heck never thought it was gonna happen from Instagram. And in the last week, I have put in almost 25 potentials in my thing, okay? Now that's scary for me because I went from doing 25 a day with Host to Post to 25 a week, but that's more than I would have done if I had given up, okay? following up is going to be huge for me. Doing my personal development and sticking to those task lists in 6 lists or core 4, whatever you do every day, no matter if you feel like doing it or not, is how you keep going in this business. Okay. None of us are perfect. We've all had off days. We've all had days where we just have to put our phone down and just spend a day doing whatever it is that we do. But what's important is picking it back up the next day and keep going. Don't give up. You guys have heard from 2 really amazing leaders tonight, and they've both been through things, okay? And the same thing about one of them is about the other one is that they didn't give up. They didn't quit. They kept going. I'm telling you, as somebody who thought my business was going to die, it's not going to. Residual income is amazing, and the fact that you have the opportunity to keep pushing. Keep pushing. Hi, Bubber. I'm almost done. You have to keep pushing. And when you keep pushing, that's when you see the harvest. That's when you see the fruit, okay? So don't give up. I know it's hard sometimes. I'm going to put this video on my YouTube. So every time you need a motivational speech, go listen to Susan. And then when you're like, how do I put myself back in the game? Listen to Ashleigh, and then you'll know. Push through. We all go through it. And to not quit. How do you get your head back in the game? Do the task. Do what Ashleigh's teaching, and don't give up. Right, bud? You guys are amazing. I love you all so much. I have the next 2 weeks. I know. Hold on 1 minute. You want to color? Okay, 1 minute. I have the next 2 weeks of trainings planned out, and I'm working on the 3rd week. I would love to do a training from spouses and how to support you and things like that. So if you have a spouse that is a part of this business, if you can just reach out to me, you can get my info from either Susan or Christy or Ashleigh, somebody on here who knows me. Just message in the team chat if you have a very supportive spouse, somebody who's been to conference with you, or just somebody who really helps you out when you're pushing for promotion or whatever it is. I would really love to do like an interview style with spouses, so that people who have spouses who just don't know what to do or how to do, thank you, what to do or how to do promotion month would be really amazing. I hope all of you have a great night. We're not going to do that. You can't push that. Huh? No, you cannot push it. I hope everybody has a great night. I'm going to go put this one in bed. It's night time. Huh? And we will be back on Friday with 3 more leaders to talk to you guys. Everybody have a great night.